All right, let's finish this up. Okay, so if you notice right here, this looks like it's lifting up a little bit, and that's in mind. Keep in mind that this is an envelope. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, so see here, I can show you that's an envelope, so it's wanting to come up. So all I'm going to do is use a glue dot to keep that down, right? So even if I chose to sit there and reposition it, it won't matter, because all I would do is, as I would turn around, and I can lift the whole thing up. So actually all I'm going to do here then is I'm just going to use glue dots as soon as I can find it and feel it. Thought I had some right there, but I don't. Do it right there. Okay, solve that. And I'm just going to come here and I'm going to put it right there. And that way it's still on the envelope portion. It's not going to glue it all the way down. And then I'll still have that there. Alright, now hold that down. Now if there's anywhere else, that's the one thing about this glue dots. If, like this might be up a little bit here, it's easy to stick this piece of paper in here. It's wherever it's puffy, you need to do something with it. Then that's all I got to do. Just put some pressure on it, get your glue dot off. You always feel the paper, and see, that solves that. Alright, so like I always say, don't sweat the small stuff. My envelope is still intact. I can still do what I want to do. I don't know that I need the glue stick at the moment, but I am going to go ahead and get my stamping done, and then I'm going to put the stuff up on dimensionals that I want on dimensionals. So I'm going to stamp Yay. And the best color that's worked out that I've done the other ones from is using the Bumblebee. This is from a previous kit. And I'm going to do Yay across several of these at the top. I'm not going to do this one because it's most likely not going to look as well, but I think I'm going to do every other one. Yeah, I'm going to actually have to stand up and look down. You might have to see my arm a moment. But all I'm going to do is take it and I'm going to stamp it. Now, ideally, if I'd known what I was going to want to do to begin with, I would have done it, right? But I didn't know what I was going to want to do. And that's the only disadvantage. And I'll just come up here and I'll stamp it. And the nice thing is that my grandson ever wants to know how his Nana did this, he can watch the video, right? If he wants to make one himself, he's a little young, so his would include finger painting. A lot of finger painting. But I bet she'd leave his photo alone. Alright, so at least I've got that there. Haven't decided what I want to do here yet with these. I could put something there if I wanted. Don't think I would do that color. Let's see what the green would look like. The green doesn't look too bad. We'll think about that. I don't have to have something in there, but it just sort of looks like it would be nice, right? Okay. So, what am I going to do now at the bottom? Well, I sort of already decided at the bottom I was going to put some leaves. We're still going to toss some of these in. This one I'm going to actually use the leaves that were in the kit. And this is here. And actually, I've already sort of stamped off over here on the paper before I even got started. So I already know I'm going to use this Granny Apple Green. And again, this was in a previous kit. Alright, and I'm just going to stamp a couple leaves here in this color. And then the nice thing about these is, let's see, let's come over here away from that green one. The nice thing about these is you can easily change the colors, right? So if my color didn't come out, I can sit there and fill in some of the color there, and I can do that. So I'm not going to do them all green because the fact is there's other colors that look nice too. So that looks nice. I want to do one more, I think. Let's see here. I don't know. Hold on a second. Let me get some of these other colors in here. Because this rich raspberry looks very, very nice next to this. And then I've done, we saw what we did with the yellow Bumblebee. So we'll make a Bumblebee one too. Color. See if I can get this off. Open it up. There we go. I'm just going to stamp this here. 1, 2, 3. Yep, get the bottom part. So, you know what? And the leaves don't have to be the same. So I'm going to turn the leaf this way. Ooh. I think I just messed that up. Or created an opportunity. Yay. Was not expecting that. And I'm just going to go ahead and do these down here. Again, I don't have to do it anyway I want to. I could stamp off if I wanted to. It's just whatever you want to do. I got purple in there, so I want to get that purple off, right? Because it's just now just smeared right across my block. And all you do is take it, I'm just take it and wipe it off. Alright. Because the world did not end. Sun's still up. There you go. Alright, so the other color I'm going to do is this bumblebee color because it looks very, very nice. So you can see it. 1, 2, 3 is all I'm doing. Let me change that before I get that all over. And I'm just going to add it, right? Because it's your creation. Your leaves can go any way you want them. Okay, so you can see because I'm doing layers on layers, I'm going to have to fill in some. And I'll show you how I do that. And again, let's take a leaf that way, that way. Let me just turn it just a little. Make it a little different because we've got a lot of leaves going on there. Okay, so now I've got a couple places where I have opportunities, right? Got the one here that I set up there and my color didn't come out quite the way I wanted it. So all I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to take a blender pen. I can take any block. I'm just going to take the corner of it anyway. Alright, so I just got, as you can see, I got a little bit of color on there. So I'm going to do it sideways for you. I might have to get it. But anyway, it's just on the corner there. You'll know when I start coloring here, you'll be able to see it. So I'm just taking some of the color off there. See if I just dropped something. And then I'm just going to come and fill it in a little bit. I don't have to do it heavy, you know, because we know the lines there. I just want to make it look like I didn't quite mess up when I did my color, right? So that's all I'm going to do is I'm just going to color it in some. Add a little depth to it there. Alright, and see that no one really knows the difference except unless you're watching the video or you're here in person with me. That's all I'm going to do is just touch it up, fill it in. Because really and truly, right, think about it, if you're out in nature, are all leaves exactly the same color, the exact same thing? No. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do is just touch it up a little. Now if I want to touch it up a little bit more, I can. See how dark this one is? So it's not as dark as that one, and that's okay. I could just as easily touch up the green a little bit, and we can do that. You know, it's actually coloring stuff for me is quite calming. I can color, whether I make a color picture and do it with a computer or this. For a reason it's calming for me, I really enjoy it. But doesn't mean I go out of my way to make it happen, right? Because I have a lot of things to do. I always got something to do. I got a package to send off to Mr. Awesomeness here and his sister. Alright, so the green here, I might want to add a little bit more green. So same thing. All I'm going to do is take my green ink pad. That green apple green is this color. The leaves are actually some other colors. You got so saffron color, and then I think this might be granny apple here. They look very close. If you're ever in doubt, just take the paper and compare. And I'm just going to touch up in spots, right? I'm not going to go and color the whole thing. I'm just going to touch up in spots where it looks like the color might be a little light, just to give it a little bit more here. And that's the beauty of this, is you can do this. I can also do a pencil. You can use the watercolor pencils and use this blending tool to do the same thing. But we're just right here. The ink pad's handy. Actually, this is much easier because I can easily put this on here and see how I can easily fill that in. So, you know, if you feel like you've made a mistake or anything else, it's just an opportunity for creativity, okay? Alright, so we've got that in there. Alright, so the other thing now is, so I did these leaves on the bottom. I could have done like the top where I laid out the other one. You do have to make sure your pen's cleaned off, because if you go to use it again, it's going to have possibly, not always, but you can possibly have some color on it. So I just wipe it on the paper just to make sure I've got all the color off, right? Okay, so there are my leaves I put at the bottom. I did yay up here, and I think I'm going to take the green because the green looks really nice. The purple I'm going to save to do on the sides of the pictures. So I sort of had one lightly tossed over here a while ago. I wonder if I had it like that. I think I had it like that. That I could add, or I could just easily add that right there, right? And I think I like that right there. So let's put something on here. And I think I'm just going to put the green ones at the top because they really, really stand out on top. I don't like it like that, but I could do it the same way here, right? Because I really can't flip it the other way because it doesn't flip right like that. But we're going to go ahead and add these because these are cute and fun too. In the animals themselves, again, I'm using repositionable. I'll just crumble that. And that's just so I can reposition this if I want to, right? And I try to let things sort of just hang over. So you got a dimensional look. Because it is a dimension, right? This one, let's see if we want to add anything. I can add it like that. And I'll trim off the excess. So all I'm doing again is use my repositionable glue stick. Alright, and then I have one more. Where'd the other one go? The reason I'm using this color is because it really stands out on this white, right? So let's see, we're going to do this one here, and then we'll do the green ones down on top. I got leaves on the bottom. So it's just a fun thing, right? Reminds me of his toy room. Just, ooh, I did not, okay. That, see, now I thought that was down, it was not. So that's an opportunity. Let me get that back down. What I thought was down. Maybe I never did it and just thought I did. Okay, I'm just putting it here like this, right? Because I'm going to come and use dimensionals here in a minute. I want to get my other stuff down first. If I want to use it, I haven't decided. Because you know, sometimes you may decide you don't really want to use it. Let's see if I can make this work though. Alright, and I don't mind it comes over like this. I just, it's going to work better for me that way, just doing it like that and loose. Alright, I'm going to rub my fingers because it's got the glue stick all over me. Alright, so see, this came up. Okay, that's the only thing about repositionable. With me doing everything, it might come up and it might not. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my animals up on dimensionals. I say that, I still have a couple of these. You can't see them, but I have a couple loose ones up here. Let me get them down so they aren't loose. I don't lose them. I can always come back with permanent glue later. But for right now, the main thing is not to lose them, right? It's all about creating this to have fun. Because this is a very cute and fun guy. And his sister thinks the world of him too. And that one I'll just put off a little bit because I can, right? Okay, I don't like to try to make everything exactly the same. Alright, so I got all that glue off my hand, I think. Alright, so now I'm going to use the dimensionals. So I'm just going to raise the animals up on dimensionals. And it just gives, I don't know, I just, from doing the 6x6 frame, I'm not worried about this because this is like easily put back down. It's just the monkeys sort of attached, and that's okay. I'm going to put this right behind here. It sort of keeps everything in place for me, the repositionable stuff. So I like the fact of having some dimension, right? Even if it's a shadow box, I can tell you I've done other shadow boxes, and I've, you know, made sure I've had dimensions in it, or I've had stuff that was higher than the other stuff, just to give it that. And this one's going to take 3, right? Because we got a long body here, and we'll need a 3 on the gazelle too. And we'll use 3 on the elephant. Now, so actually I've swapped it now. So instead of this being behind, it's going to be in the foreground, right? Now I could change that if I want. See what you think. See what I'm talking about here. I actually originally had the feet behind here, but now this is going to put it on top, which I think it still looks just as cute. It breaks up the monotony of all this looking exactly the same down here at the bottom. Alright, so that puts it higher than this, which is nice. Now we're going to do the elephant. So the elephant's going to be put up on dimensionals also. And I'm just going to tuck them under. I can put one under the foot here, because I'm really trying not to see where the foot's right in between. So that's really what I want to do. So if I, come later and I have to do some new pictures or something, I can. I don't know if you've ever, I can tell you right now, I've got a shadow box right now. It's been up, gosh, at least 6 years of our oldest granddaughter, and the paper's faded through time. It wasn't this paper, it was another type of paper, and through time it just sort of faded. So actually I need to go in there, and maybe the photos faded too. It's really sort of hard to tell. Let's see if I can get this under here. If not, then I'll just not worry about it. Yeah, okay, there we go. So even if I couldn't stick it down, if I could just get it under there for height, that'd be the main thing. Okay, see what a difference that makes by just giving it a little height. And you're going to see the same thing when we do the gazelle here, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a dimensional and put dimensional up here underneath the head. And actually I should, the gazelle. I have to remember to say gazelle. I'm not sure if I said gazelle or not. I kept on calling it a giraffe. And I think it's just I had a zoo on my mind, which we've got giraffes that you can feed. I do not have any gazelles that I can feed at the zoo. So especially why. Okay. So yes, so I can easily put this back where I had it, right? And it's still going to cover right there. It's still going to be on the edge, and it'll be okay. It will be okay. Now, see, I've got a very fun, cute picture. So the only other thing I might want to add, because I sort of think this is a little plain down here, and that's my personal preference, is I could still add some rocks to it down here, some colored rocks. Let's see how that's going to look for us. It'll have to be a different color, right? So we can put a rock on each one. That'll give it some nice little different something there. See if I can do a better job of this one I did a while ago. So I'm just going to sit there and put one right there. So it's nice that I got different colors, because like I can easily put a green one by this purple. I can also put a gold. See how it looks with the gold. And so I just make it look like it's like I've tossed rocks around everywhere, right? Because I can. I've actually thrown rocks with the grandkids. They like to throw rocks, you know. It's all about getting out. Let's see, I'm trying to look for a different color here that I didn't use. I haven't used, I got green. Alright, so I'm going to have to use another color here. So I'm going to use the gold, the bumblebee, I should say. I'm just going to put it up here. Alright, oops. So for me, and I don't know about you, we all create differently, and there's days where I want everything lined up nice and straight, yada yada yada, but it's not every day, you know. This is a fun day, it's the weekend, yeah. Okay, I'm not going to put a purple on a purple, so I just did a green one, so I'm going to put a gold one on here. Bumblebee is the correct color. I'm going to put it bottom. So see, I've just sort of mixed them up. Alright, and I can do the same thing with the top. You know, you can put as much as you want. Let's go ahead and just finish this baby up. So, yeah, I'm just going to put some of these, get rid of some of these purple ones I've already done. Got another purple one I can put down here that I've done. And, ooh, got another one. So, at least by doing this, I get to use up the ones I've already done, right? And I got some yellow, and I got another yellow. Oh, yeah. So the only other thing I haven't done on here that I really wanted to do is there's these cute stamp, and I got it right here, and this is, it makes it look like little dots, and I'm actually going to do this with this rich Razzle Dazzle Berry, because I really sort of stayed away from this color a lot, and I'll show you on the side here so you can see what it looks like when I stamp it. There's color 1 and color 2. But you got to keep in mind, this color 2 is very similar to the color of the paper. So I'm actually going to go with stamp 1. And I'm just going to go add some stamp in here. Right? And that's the beauty of something like this, is, man, you can just go stamp off all you want. I'm going to do a little stamp down here. I'll do a little stamping over here, and I'm going to come to the side here and see if there's anywhere else I want to do. Okay, now so let's see what it looks like. So just do a step. So all I do is take a step up, and I take a look around to see what I think. So I'm going to show you what we got here. We still got to do some trimming on the side, but that's what I've done so far. I've done some stamping with the blurple, a little stamping there, and a little stamping there. I've got a little space here. I'm not sure how I did that, but let's see what we can throw in there. If it looks right, fine. If it doesn't look right, okay, we can do that. I like that because it goes with the elephant. So we're just going to, you know what, let's do this one on small dimensionals. See if we can do a small dimensional here. And give this a little height. It won't be as high as the elephant, but it's going to be taller than just being flat on the paper, right? So that's all we're going to do with this small dimensional. And we're going to put that right in there. I think that'll, then we'll call it a day. and that it's completely done. And I just sort of tuck it underneath like that. You know, you could easily, if we wanted to add more leaves, we could, but then it becomes a lot, right? We could easily add, you know, a leaf like this, which I wouldn't say is too bad, but it's really hard to see, right? And the other part would be, why do it if there's no point, right? The other option we could have, if we really wanted some leaves, is like to cut this down. So I could cut this down if we wanted to and put some leaves there. I don't think it's necessary, but let's see what it looks like. So at this point, we're just really just doing finishing touches, right? Whatever kind of finishing touches we might want. So I'm just going to come right here, and I'm going to come around here, and I can cut it as like a V shape, because all I'm going to do if I use it is I'm just going to tuck it, right? So I like that because it really gives it a little bit more. Let's see if we want up or under. It doesn't matter. Let's go up because I like a little bit up. And I'm going to actually do it slanted like that, okay? And the reason for that is, again, it's just giving it dimension. And that's all I'm doing. It doesn't have to be perfect, all right? Because it's not all about perfect. It's about fun. You know what? Because the bottom line is, when he gets older and somebody asks, he can say, well, my Nana made that for me, and he can know how super special that is because I didn't do it for anybody else, right? I don't like it like that. I liked it better like I had a minute ago. It was just sort of intermingle, because right, leaves sort of just intermingle. Now, is there any more that we see like that we might want to do that with? I can't think of it right now. I mean, everything we have here is in the kit. The only thing I did not use is the vellum. But I think we're good. If we figure later there's something else we might want to add. I mean, the only thing is I might, where those two leaves together, I might want to add a rock, one of the rocks. So let's see if we want to do that or not. But other than that, I am really good. I'm looking for my colored rocks. Let's see if we did a color, what color would look good. I could do that, but I really don't. I really feel like I'm forcing it. So if I really wanted to reposition this and do this a little differently, then I'd most probably just come and reposition it like that. And in fact, because this goes and matches so much with the paper, the great way to sit there and solve that is let's put it up on the dimensional, right? Now this one I'll use 2 because it'll get it away from it leaning right on that purple. The thing is, I just want to make sure that when I do that, it's hidden, right? If not, I'll just trim it because it looks like I might have a little bit of it showing. Oh, got my phone there. I was going to say, it's distracting. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right there. And let's see here. We'll just trim that off a little bit. So you see how I've got a little bit of white. Maybe you can see it there. So I'm just going to trim it. All I'm going to do is take my scissors and trim it. And then I've solved it, right? Okay. So I'm just going to peel the paper off that end. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to come over and cross it like that, okay? And that way the purple, so even though it's purple because it's got dimensions, it doesn't lay flat against it, so it doesn't blend in nearly as much, but at least it gives it some of that right there. Okay? So if you want to, you know, it's one of those things, if you just want to keep on adding leaves for the sake of adding leaves, you can. I mean, I could have easily done 2 leaves there, but I didn't. I like what I got going right there. So at this point, I'm done. I'm done. So all I'm going to do is come in and finish trimming these edges. And for me, I usually just flip it over because it's easier to see. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll bring it closer so you can see. So that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it here and trim off the end there. The cupcake is actually hanging over a little bit here. Now you say, why would I cut that off? Well, if you go to put this in a frame or a scrapbook, guess what? It's going to bend over. So that's why I sit there and I go around the edges like this. And I just trim off the excess that went over. Because I was just making my picture, right? Okay, so when I get through, this is our page that we have for either a scrapbook page or a shadow box. So I hope you enjoy this, And if you do, please like and share and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We always try to share and put our stuff out there. And we'd enjoy having you, and be sure we'd enjoy to have any comments that you'd like to share as well too, because we always enjoy creating with others and sharing our knowledge experience and then giving it away. So we really would enjoy if you would do that and join in with us occasionally, or give us some comments, give us some feedback. You know, we always like to create and do different things as well and share, and we hope you like to do the same thing too. With that, have a great weekend and have a blessed week, and look forward to seeing you hopefully on Sundays, the last Sundays of the month, with Zoe and Nana Stamping at 4 p.m. Then every Friday at noon, we have an alternative from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. And other than that, we're busy getting ready for our retreat that we're going to have, where we make 18 cards, and we're going to be making a tool caddy on May 7th. Whoop, whoop. So if you want to join in on that, just come online and we'll have it there available. If you want to come in and just sign up and say that you want to join in, and we'd appreciate that too. All right, have a great one. Bye.